morning traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to this week's Trade Zone Asian session update. So we're looking at the ASX in front of us at the moment. So the ASX is trading higher after positive leads from the US on Friday. So we can see that buyers are testing this short-term level of resistance at this point. That's at 70.76. We can see that support was found above previous resistance. So we'll just look to see if momentum can continue on today, and if we can see a push above that level, if we can see a new higher and new weekly high set up for this week. So US indexes finished the week rather firm, despite a stronger US dollar as well. We saw the Dow at 1.27%, the S&P 1.73%, and the Nasdaq led adding 2.09%. So looking at some of the US indexes, we can see that's firm push higher. So we are continuing to see this really strong rally coming out of July. There is this continued talk that this could be the end of the bear market slash major correction that we saw earlier this year, but we would like to see, a pretty solid pullback just to show that buyers are really in control. But at this point, things are looking pretty firm. We can just see on the weekly chart that we're yet to see a really strong pullback just yet. I think after we see a very strong pullback and a new higher high, that could really signify the possibility that this could be a new trend higher, and it's moved out of the bear market phase or major pullback phase. So we can just see here right now that major trend line, which was that downtrend, has been broken now, and as we can see, that trend higher has plenty of momentum at this stage. But yeah, as noted, we would just like to see one really nice pullback just to see how buyers deal with that, and if they are able to form a new higher low and then a new higher high, just to show us that we're underway. And in that case, who knows, we could even see a move if buyers really got underway to test the resistance here, and then obviously be looking at previous highs for sure. So just back to the USD, we have plenty of data coming out for the USD this week. We did see a nice firm finish to last week's session. The support we're watching for the US dollar is 104.90. If we can see that sellers are struggling to really push the dollar lower at this stage. We can see further buying. We'll be looking at 106.40 as the next resistance test, and then above that we have 107.05. Now we did, the euro and the pound basically traded to script on Friday with moves lower, but the Aussie was surprisingly firm. We saw a higher close on Friday, and at this stage in the new week we're seeing a little bit of buying, but it's pretty flat at the moment. So sorry about that. Now over to the yen, we are seeing a bit of weakness against the yen. So we had a positive session to end last week. We would like to see if there's any further buying, if the Aussie yen can retest or break that 95.40 point. Moving down to the euro and the pound, we can see a bit of a lower high here, and we are pushing lower. It's going to be a little bit interesting to see if the yen can continue to gather momentum and continue to push some of these currencies lower to it after, we did remember seeing some of these really firm rallies lately, but we are definitely in a bit of a transitional state right now on some of the pairs, and the pound's quite similar to the euro. We have that lower higher, push lower. If we do see a move lower, we'd like to see what happens down here at 160, 113. There's been plenty of demand down there. We have seen quite a few moves rejected from sellers, so that would be a bit of a line in the sand area if we do reach it again on the pound yen. Now the dollar to the yen this morning, slightly lower again. We have a bit of support here at 132.77. We do have a higher low here, so the market needs a bit of time. If we do see a move higher again, we'll like to see what happens if buyers do get back up to that 135.18. That is a lower high there, but we do have a higher low. So it's a little bit sideways at the moment on the dollar yen, in my opinion, right now. So crypto markets so far, we are seeing a bit of a mixed bag. We are seeing a bit of weakness. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, they're all a bit lower at the moment. Solana's sort of leading some of the losses in the top 10. That's down on 3% at this stage. There's still plenty of resistance at 46.48. Now for Bitcoin, again, we hope to see a bit of a breakout here. We had this bit of a triangle pattern here. It failed to really get going on Friday. We've seen a weekend session that tried once again but failed again. So it really is this level here at 24,485 or 24,500. That looks like pretty decent resistance at this stage. So we would hope to see if it can break above that level and then take another crack at 25,000. But if it can't, there's a possibility we could see a short-term pullback, just with buyer momentum looking to be waning a little bit at this stage at the moment. So just quickly, just having a look at the two crypto 10 and 25 indexes. Just on a broader sense, the 25 is currently lower at this stage, so we can see a push higher we can see a push higher like we saw on Bitcoin over the weekend, but again it continues to stall. We've spoken about this level of supply here, so that's the real key for us. If it can break above that 11,155, we would be looking for this trend to continue higher, but until that happens we could see a bit of a momentum stall on the buyer side, but with the trend still progressing higher, we're hoping to see momentum continue with a test and a break of that resistance, just to get that trend back underway. Now, news-wise coming up this week, there's plenty to talk about, especially for the dollar. We have the Fed meeting minutes on Thursday. There's core retail sales coming out, and US retail sales and core retail sales. On the local front, we have the meeting minutes from the RBA. We also have employment data on Thursday, so there'll be plenty to put into the mix currently locally for the inflation and how the economy is going. And also we do have the New Zealand Reserve Bank is meeting this week as well, and we'll have the rate statement, and the cash rate is expected to move up to 3%. So plenty to keep us occupied during this week. So that's the end of the update today. We thank you very much for your time this morning. Please, stay up to date with our latest social and the latest trade zone updates that will be coming out for the week ahead. And we wish you all the best with your trading this week. And thanks again for your time, and bye for now.